What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Orozco Body and Mind podcast. I'm your host, Chris Orozco. Um, I just came back from a 10-day retreat in Costa Rica, and today I kind of wanted to share what some of the things that I learned. I wanted to share a little bit about the trip and the things I came back with because I believe I got back and I've learned so much, so many new things, and I feel really inspired, really motivated, really excited to keep doing the work, keep working on myself, and keep building the brand. I feel like I came back with more wisdom, more knowledge, more inspiration, and I just feel really, really good. So I wanted to share a little bit about the trip and what made me want to do this type of retreat. It was a 10-day retreat, and I got a lot. I got a lot out of it. I mean, just so many things. But let me share a little bit. So here in New Jersey, I live in New Jersey, and I go to this meditation center where I was able to go in 2023. It was kind of a crazy story how I met this center. I was pretty much in I was out one night and I was getting really really drunk in 2023, and I called an Uber. At the end of the night, I was at a bar, called an Uber at the end of the night. Um, I'm about to get in the Uber, and the Uber driver was like, "Hey, this is not your Uber." So I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It says the license plate's right here. This is the Uber that I'm getting into. Like, I need to go home. I'm very drunk. And he goes, "No, I'm not taking you home." He looked at me right and said, "I'm not taking you home. I don't know what you want me to do, but you're not getting in this Uber." And I was like, I was so upset. I was so angry. And he was he was like, "Yeah, you got to call another one. I'm not taking you. I'm here to pick somebody else." And then, but the license plate and the number on my phone, it said that it was that Uber. Anyways, I uh, I didn't go in that Uber. I called another one, and when I called it, uh, this other lady pops up, and you know, just I was talking to her. She was really nice. She was in mid 40s, and we started talking about life. I could tell she was very deep thinker and very wise. Um, and she goes, "Hey, listen, I go to this meditation center in Cliffside Park. If you're interested in meditation, if you want to know a little bit, take my number." And I was like, "Okay, I've heard what meditation is, but I don't know much about it. I don't know how to do it." So I got her number, and the next day I woke up and I called her and I'm like, "Hey, I want to come to meditation. I want to try it out." And so I went that week, and slowly I started going. They had meditations Tuesday nights, Thursday nights. So I started going Tuesday nights, and I would sit and I would learn how to meditate. My teacher was there, and he was teaching me, or the teacher was there. He was teaching us how to meditate, but I was in a lot of pain. I remember I came, and I was still drinking. I was still not eating healthy. I was still smoking. And anyways, I went for like 2 months every Tuesday, and I would be in so much pain. I was like, "Why am I doing this to myself? This stinks, and it's rough." And so I stopped going. I went for 2 months, and then I stopped going. That was like I think in February of 2023. I went until like May or something, and or a few months, I forget exactly. But then I stopped going in the whole 2024. I would only go to yoga with the yoga teacher was actually the Uber driver. So we would have yoga, but I was still into those habits. Like I said before, I wasn't aligned into where I needed to be with my own body, with my own self. Anyways, in 2025, I went back to the center, and I did a lot of work on myself. I lost a lot of weight. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking, and I was slowly, building the habits to be a better person. They would have Sunday talks, and I would get really inspired by our teacher. His name was Albert, and I just loved the whole experience. It was like he was speaking to my soul. I mean, there was something so rich about his words and what he was saying about life, how to improve yourself, and how to, he was talking about karma, spirituality, all these beautiful things that I connected to. And in the summer of 2025, the lady who was the Uber driver said they had retreats internationally and locally. So I went to a retreat and I fell in love with the retreat. It was a weekend retreat. I mean, I was just the healthy foods, the conversation. You could feel so much love. It was just a wonderful, wonderful experience. So I kept going to the meditation center, kept learning, and I've been going there now, like I said, for a few years. And they invited me to an international retreat in Costa Rica. So these last 10 days, I was in Costa Rica in the retreat, and we were in the most wonderful. So first we took a flight to the capital. Then we had to take a small plane to the peninsula also. And, we get there, and I mean, I haven't been out the country since I got to the United States. So it was just like a whole new world to me. I felt like a little kid, trying to, I just felt really good. I felt really just at peace with myself. So we get to this location, and this is like the most beautiful house. The beach is right outside. The most beautiful colors at night. You could see the stars. There's so much nature. You could hear the animals at night. I mean, it was just wonderful. And our teacher would sit in the front of this room, and everyone would sit around, and we would just listen to him speak about life, speak about spirituality and values, speak about karma, speak about how to be a better human, how to have love for others, how to be compassionate. And it was, I mean, I learned so much. I have 20 pages of notes that I was just writing down so many notes because I wanted more knowledge. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to know the secret of of life. I love those type of topics. And I remember the first 2 days, I actually felt kind of like depressed. Like I felt really lonely. I felt like why am I not happy? But I hadn't realized that there was childhood trauma that I needed to fix with my parents, and I had been holding that energy in for years. And you don't realize we're holding things in our heart until we go somewhere like that and we're all isolated and you're looking at the ocean, and you simply, things come up that you don't know about. So the some of the things, or my favorite things that I've learned from my teacher, would be this. I mean, he has so many things that I've learned, but these are my things that I learned from my teacher when I went to the retreat. One of the things is that we have to follow our heart. Our heart is always telling us the right decision. Our heart is always pushing us to where we need to be. We should be listening to our heart. We make better decisions when we listen to our heart. We make better choices. We feel good. We have to have this loving energy about ourselves where we wake up and we love life. We need to learn that feeling of loving life, loving everything about our essence, and loving all of it. We have to work with that frequency. And if we're in that frequency enough, every day try to remember that frequency, that love that we all desire, that love that we have within. So what we did was he we did this exercise where um, where he made us think of a memory, where you felt so much love. You felt like at that moment that was the most beautiful moment of your life. So much love in that moment. So he made all of us, there was like 17 of us, think of a memory. And I immediately thought about this one memory, and he said, every day try to remember this memory. Every day, from that frequency, we are the most beautiful, most powerful, most incredible human beings. So he told me, or he told us, to remember that feeling anytime you're struggling, anytime challenges come up, remember that feeling. So that was one thing I learned. Excuse me. Another thing I learned, that he taught me, was the values that we develop in our life are so essential to try to get where we want to be. What do I mean by that? If we develop values like compassion, honesty, trustworthy, we develop values like loving ourselves, and all these great values that we have, right? That we can develop these values one value at a time. And eventually, if we have these values, if we have these things about ourselves, we're gonna be and make better decisions. Life is gonna help us move around. We're gonna build ourselves, and we're gonna do and say the right things. We're not gonna have to worry about, you know, all the unnecessary things that we struggle with, because at the end of the day, he said, these values that we develop in our lifetime, in this lifetime, people say we don't take anything when we die, and that's not true. I believe, and he said, that we take these values, these treasures that we build in a lifetime, but it's not something that happens overnight. We have to develop them through life. We have to keep working at it, because we can remember one day to do it, maybe a few days, but can we live a life where these values lead the way, and these things create a better life for us? So that was something else I learned. Another thing that I really liked about this retreat was that it was in Mother Nature. There was so many animals. You really connect with Mother Nature, and it was just incredible. And the last thing that I took away from this retreat is that the law of karma, the law of cause and effect. So everything we do in life right now has an effect. So if we are working from a place of doing things the right way, making decisions the right way, doing things for other people, helping other people, making other people better, doing things the right way, the right things, you're going to have good karma. If you do things from hate, from evil, if you do things that aren't good for you or anybody around you, you're going to have bad karma. So eventually, we want to be able to build great karma right now in this moment. So every action that we do, everything that we develop in our life today will build a better you or a worse you tomorrow. So our actions have consequences. People don't think that our actions matter, or they think, or people think that just because I do something and nobody's watching, No, that's not true. Life is always watching. Life knows when we're coming, doing things from a good place or a bad place. It always knows. And, it's true. It's true. You might think you're alone. You might think you can get away with certain things, but eventually that karma will come back. So we want to build great, great karma. Um, you know, Sorry, my phone is ringing. Um, Another thing that I really, really loved is, and this was my first international retreat, but I've learned so much about myself that I had no idea before. I learned so much from my inner world that I had no idea. Um, that I had no idea was in there. I learned things that certain patterns that I had um, about myself that I had no idea before the trip I had. And now I'm able to look at the world in a much different view. I look at life much differently. Excuse me. And that was just 10 days. I mean, but that's what life is about. And I'll share with you this one thing. We're all worried about the external, right? We all want to build a life where we feel financially stable, where we have the car, the house, have the partner, have everything from the external world, right? We don't realize that it's it's all the internal world. It's all about what moves us inside of us. We don't realize that the work is internally. We're looking for things out there. We're looking to build a life out there, to just make a difference out there. But it starts from within. We don't realize that the same stars that are out, the same universe that is out there, um, is in us. We have that internal God in us. We have everything we need starts with us. It starts with having a healthy body, right? By cutting down certain habits that are, you know, hurting our health. We need to cut down certain habits. We need to build a body that is strong, that has the right nutrition, that has the right strength, that has the right movement, right? It all starts with our body. And it also starts with our mind, having a clear mind, having a mind that is able to remember things, that is able to motivate itself, that is able to be disciplined, a mind that is consistent, always learning. So we don't realize, but we have the tools from within. And the secret sauce, the thing that really puts it all together, is meditation. Meditating every single day, taking time out of your day to just meditate for 30 minutes. If you can't do 30, 15. If you can't do 15, do 5. But it's about sitting with yourself in a quiet room and just being you, just observing your thoughts. Thoughts come, thoughts go. But if we do this enough, and it takes time, I've only been doing it for 3 years now, but it takes time. If you get into the habit of meditating every single day, you're going to realize so much about yourself. You're going to realize that you are meant to be great, that you are meant to just build this wonderful and our harmonious life with yourself and with those around you. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. I feel really inspired, feel really motivated. I just want to continue to help people who are struggling, who might need to see a little light, because we all have that power within us. We all have that fire within us. Sometimes it just takes a little bit to to get lit, but once it gets lit, the sky's the limit and we could all do great things. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. I'll be back soon. I'll be back next week. I wish you all the best. I hope that you continue to work on yourself. You continue to build the habits, the discipline, make goals, continue to master any skill, get out of your comfort zone, and great things are coming to your life. Remember, believe in yourself and believe that you are meant for a wonderful life. Take care.